I don't know if he'll do it. He never does it on cue. But if you look right on top of that lamp post, and I have to put the camera right here to block the sun because he always does it on mornings when the sun is right over there. But there's a little woodpecker. And I guess because he's figured out the acoustics are better, he will hammer on that light post and you can hear it all up and down the block. Attaboy, right on cue.
We are off for breakfast at the place that shall not be named. Well, I said we were going to breakfast at the place that shall not be named, but we have to make a detour. The check engine light is on in Chuan's car, so we're gonna drop it off at the garage, which means that they've gone on ahead, and I'm following up so that I can pick them up and then go to breakfast. Filed under the category of things I have to do today. No, actually that's not true. I don't have to do it today. I just want to do it today. And that is, I'm going to start cleaning my office. I don't use my office as an office. I use my office as a place to store junk. And that starts with the bookshelves, which are overflowing with books. Because I have books, many books, and they're just not very well organized. And they're probably covered in dust. Lots of dust. It is Arizona. I mean, seriously. Dust. Well, we've got the word back on the car. It's got an oil leak, which is not why we took it in. And it's got a bad catalytic converter, which we've known about. And we just keep resetting the thing. And it seems to pass emissions, even though it says it's bad. So we can go another 2 years without having that fixed, which is 2 years without having to spend $1,500, $2,000, which is a good thing. The oil leak is also a good thing because I thought my car was leaking oil because we keep having these little oil puddles in the carport, but apparently it's her car. So that means mine's probably not leaking. I like that. I like that a lot. Now we have to go pick it up. I was going to shoot this outside, but I went outside in my backyard, and the neighbors behind me are having a vigorously loud discussion in a language that is not English. And I couldn't find a place where the sound wasn't just bouncing straight back into the microphone. So I'll do it in here. I wanted to do it outside because it's just another staggeringly nice day. And for anybody who's either watching this now and looking at the weather they may have buried under miles of snow or rain or incredible heat waves or whatever it happens to be, it doesn't get any better than this. But then we have our summers. So there you go. I was cleaning this room, as you can see from the disarray behind you. I haven't gotten this far. I did get a fair way through the main bookshelves and even decided that I'm going to give up trying to only single stack my books and have gone double stacking, which means I'm beginning to free up some space, which means I can move some more stuff on shelves and eventually we'll get there. But I took a shower because we're going out for dinner with friends. That's not why I took a shower. I mean, it is why I took a shower. It's why I took a shower now. But then I realized, oh, now I can't do any more cleaning. Oh well, darn rats. I've been kind of giving you an idea of why I do these vlogs. And everything I've said is true. I haven't been giving you false justifications, but I have been accused in the past of being multifaceted. I'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment. I have lots of ideas and lots of reasons for the things I do. And here's another one. Take a look at this insert. This is my mother and my father and me when I was relatively young, as you can imagine from this picture. I'm the cute one in the middle. And you can look at my dad here, and I can tell you what he's thinking. I can tell you what he's thinking for two reasons. The first reason I can tell you what he's thinking is because I know my dad. I know that look. I've seen that look. I probably have that look myself sometimes. That look is, my child is being incredibly, obnoxiously annoying today, and I am not in a good mood. Believe it or not, I think I'm better at hiding it than my dad was. My dad could not hide his emotions. When he was mad, you knew he was mad. And when he was sad or happy or whatever, you knew. He couldn't disguise it. He just never could disguise it. If you gave him a Christmas present, oh, you do not want to give him a Christmas present he didn't want, because the man could not pretend to be happy. He would look at it and you could just see the disdain, and you knew he felt guilty about it. He felt guilty that he couldn't hide it, but he couldn't hide it. And so I can look at this picture and I can say, well, that is exactly what my dad would be thinking. Now, I showed that picture to my dad a few years ago, obviously before he passed away, and he confirmed exactly that I had been just absolutely troublesome, crying, annoying child as child get. And he was not, I can't actually use the phrase he used because this is a family vlog, but nonetheless, my dad was not happy with my behavior, and it shows. But here's the question. What's my mom thinking? And the answer to that question is, I haven't a clue. I don't know. This woman in this picture is my mother. And what you know about her from this picture is pretty much what I know about her from this picture. Or it's a stranger looking back at you in two dimensions from long ago at a moment in time that you cannot either remember or imagine existing, because my mother died when I was not quite 3. And so I have no memory of her at all. These pictures, and probably about 35 others, if that many, are almost all I have of my mother in my mind. The picture that I've formed of her is predicated entirely upon a few pictures, some secondhand accounts from people who used to tell me amazing things that my mother used to do or used to be able to do. She was a fiercely intelligent woman. She was very, very sharp. She had a genius IQ. She was remarkable at negotiating. She could get her way. She was sharp in every sense of the word, which is cool. I like that. That's in my genes. But she's still a mystery to me. So there's one other piece of information that I had. I don't have it anymore, but I had. Sometime when I was in high school, I found a packet of letters in my grandmother's stuff, my father's mother. And these letters had been written by my mom before I was born, but they were written from my point of view. They were a narrative of the time, late-term pregnancy, and to about 6 months after I was born. And my mother wrote them. She sent them to my father's mother because she was that type of person. She was the kind of person who built family, or at least that's what I'm told. And they're funny. They're very funny. They're very sharp. They're very insightful. And they are a window on my mother that I would never, ever have seen. And it pains me that those letters are no more, as far as I can tell. I don't know. I kept them for a long time, but somewhere in some move they were gone. And if I could have digitized them and put them away, I would do so. But I can't. But that has gone into formulating my opinion of my mother. And it's probably more interesting than the pictures or the secondhand stories, because it really was a window into her mind. So, this is that for my kids. I'm not talking to you, Michelle and James. I'm talking to a camera and nothing more. And some dogs that I'm about to pound senseless if they don't be quiet. Nonetheless, this is what I'm thinking. And it's extemporaneous, it's raw, maybe edited a bit, but not much. This is me, this is what I think, this is how I think. And although you know me, or they know me, depending on who you are, the audience listening to this at this moment, you or they, maybe you don't remember who I was 50 years from now. And if these survive and you get to see them at some point, maybe you'll remember things that you didn't remember. Or maybe you'll have a better mental picture of your father. Or their father, as the case may be, right? I'm not looking at you. I am not necessarily your father. I am Michelle and James's father. I think we can tell by their toes and their ears pretty definitively. But for the rest of you, I am not your father. Not even you, Luke. I am not your father. So that's it. Pretty soon we're going to go off for dinner with friends, so I'm wrapping this one up today. This is long enough. I mean, for crying out loud, I've been yakking 9 minutes. That makes this a long episode without even doing the stuff this morning that I haven't decided whether I'm putting on here or not. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember, like, click, and subscribe, unless you're watching this 50 years from now, in which case you probably don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But there you go.